This is Joe Grimberg, along with my friend Harold Gomes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's pretty exciting to be
Yeah, it
with you
is.
again.
It's
You know,
finally getting the second one up and going, and we're kind of worried, Harold. Oh no, we did the first one. When are we going to do the second one? So the second one's been kind of a struggle,
yeah,
but we're pumped up about this. It's an important issue that needs to be discussed. In this episode, we're going to be informing the viewers how disabled people want to be treated. Basically, we just wanted to give an up close and personal perspective on what it's like to live with a disability. We all have difficulties in life. Ours is just more apparent. And we're just going to have Harold start it off.
I think the golden rule really applies, and we want to be treated in the way that you'd like to be treated. No different.
We basically just got to treat everybody exactly the way you want to be treated. And a good example that I also have is put yourself in that, not just the handicapped person's shoes, but also put them like if it was a family member of yours was in a wheelchair. How would you want people to act to them? Would you want them to kind of like, oh, poor child, like, do you want that? Or do you just want them to treat your brother or sister that's disabled with just like everybody else? And I think that answer is pretty easy. Most people in that situation would treat their brother or sister with respect, and I think the same applies in this case too. Just treat us normal. We're not looking for sympathy or pity. Just want to be respected like anyone else.
Yeah, just treat us like everyone else.
We've done a lot of stuff, not to brag or boast or anything, but despite our muscular dystrophy, Duchenne, we're pretty much living yes, it's limited, but we pretty much live normal lives. Here, I'll talk a little bit about your experience and what your expertise is in, and I'll give my perspective.
Yeah, well, after high school, I was looking for ways to go to college, and I found that there was a graphic design course being offered, and I enrolled in that, and it was online, and was able to in 2005 to go on campus and take a class. So I earned a certificate in graphic design through Montgomery College here in Maryland.
And Harold designed our website. Harold's the artistic guy in our podcast. Without him, we wouldn't be able to do all this stuff, and his input is invaluable. It's really cool to have someone with artistic experience. I don't have a lot of that. A little bit about my background. I went to Nova for a while. Kind of had to be pushed a little bit by my mom. When I was 19, it wasn't a good time in my life, so it was kind of I didn't really want to do anything. But my mom kind of pushed me, and finally I got into the schooling, and I finished Northern Virginia Community College in like 7 years. And finally I was at Mason for about 10 years. Overall, it took about 17 years to finally finish, and it was tough. And some people would ask, well, why would, man, that took forever. Well, in my circumstance, I think I did pretty well. I was able to get my bachelor's degree in communications, and that's why we're doing this now. I'm putting it to use, and so is Harold. We're giving our gifts and talents to God, and we're going to try to use them to our best of our abilities to help other people realize that this life has a purpose and it's meaningful, and we're all in the same boat. Also, Harold, we've been talking a lot about, not to get mixed up in all this is, not everyone works in the sense of the world. Like, people think, oh, you got to be productive in society. Yes, if you can, that's true, but that's not the work. That's not what we're worth. We're more than that. The human being itself, even if in the most bad circumstances, in bed, unable to, bedridden, they have ultimate dignity and they have work that God's given them. It's prayer and sacrificing. And we can't diminish that. We really gotta, in society, it's not about what we can do. It's about who we are. And when it's like that, then we know that, yes, work is good. In God's sense of the term. And I just think that's missing in today's society a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right because we stress the importance of doing, and just to exist is it's meaningful just to exist.
Yeah.
We have purpose from just existing, from being rather than doing. I exist, therefore I am.
And existing and doing our part. We really don't know. Even people who we think are out of it and not really knowing what's going on, we don't know what's going on in their inner soul, of how God communicates to that soul. So we really don't know. Like, you can't say, oh, they're not really doing anything. We don't know.
Exactly. A lot of times people think I just sit in front of the computer all day. Well, I do a lot through that, and I do other things as well. And I think I have something to contribute besides what I can do through over a computer. So yeah.
Well, I think the important thing is we are each and one of us are in a family, and we're important to our families, and we play a crucial role in our families. At least I like to think so. I think we do. And I think that's important too, and not only that, we're in the family of the church. So we're all connected. And I think that's really important in the fact that, we all have difficulties and struggles and challenges in life. And our goal is to help each other carry our crosses, just like Simon of Cyrene. For those of you maybe not religious or not versed in the Bible, Simon of Cyrene was the young man that was forced to carry the cross of Jesus, and eventually helped him carry it to his death. But I think tradition shows that he converted to Christianity. But that's our goal, is to be like him, help.
Yeah, that reminds me. I read somewhere that the definition of love, it's to bear another's burden. That's the definition of love. And we want people to kind of empathize with us, not just sympathize. To empathize means to really put yourself in our shoes and try to understand where we're coming from. Just kind of walk with us. We want you to go with us.
And walk with us, and also, I think in our condition,
roll with us.
Yeah, roll with us.
Yeah.
Really, really fast. Yeah, and in that process of you helping us, we'll help you as well. Not in the physical aspect, but in encouragement and words and prayers. It's very important. Some of the funny things, again, not to demean people or anything, but one of my pet peeves is when a friend of mine...
Stop for a minute. Why is your room dark?
What?
Everything's dark.
Can you see me, though?
Yeah, but it looks weird.
Has it just gotten dark?
Yeah, it looks like you're on the Blair Witch Project or something.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Should I start it? What should we do?
Oh, man. I don't even know where we were when that happened. It's okay. Keep going.
Yeah. How dark was it?
It was pretty dark.
All the time or a little bit?
I'm actually recording still. But Okay.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
But one of my pet peeves is when friends of mine, they tell me like they always hate it when they're around me and other people are around, and or whenever you know, they know they're friends with me, and the people will be like, "Oh, so you hang out with Joe? Oh, that's nice." And they don't mean anything by it, but it makes me feel kind of like dumb. Like, I really don't have anything to offer. It's just more charity for people.
Yeah.
And I know people probably don't mean that, but I just hate that.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I was in high school and I dropped a book or something, and somebody was passing by the hallway and picked it up for me and commented to their friend after they walked away that yeah, that was my good deed of the day. You know what I mean? And then he just walked off. But I thought that was really messed up. I mean, if you want to
Yeah,
help somebody, just do it. I mean, don't make a show about it and don't like,
yeah,
you know what I
exactly. Don't
mean? Don't
That's the
just
thing
be
we don't
cool.
want. We
Just
don't
be
mind help,
natural. You know what I mean?
but
And
if
there are
you
a lot
make
of people
help
that
into
were.
a a you know like a charitable commercial,
Yeah,
help Joe.
yeah.
You know,
One of the movies that I thought of as we were talking was The Blind Side. It just seemed to me that the family took in somebody to be like, look at us, we're doing something nice for somebody.
well,
And
that's at least what the movie made it seem like,
that's
and I guess you're going to get that with Hollywood.
yeah,
I hope it wasn't like that realistically.
yeah, yeah. I don't think it was, but I hope not.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
You just want to do things. It's like that saying in the Bible: "Don't let your right hand know what your left hand's doing."
Yeah,
If that's the right thing, basically saying, don't think too much about what you're doing, just do it, and say, hey, at the end of the day, I'm a servant.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and our assistants, like I have nurses that help me out. They're really good with that. They don't make me feel like they're just my friends. They treat me like a friend,
Yeah,
and
exactly, and
not
that's
like I'm very
yeah.
dependent on them, but they don't let me know that. You know what I mean?
No, they'll just be like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I have helpers too that they're like, dude, tell me anything you need. We'll give it to you. I'm not going to here
Mhm.
make a production about it. I'm here to help you out,
Yeah.
and that's crucial and important. You don't want to make us feel like comfortable, like we are in a sense with our helpers. We're independent,
Yeah.
and it's good because
You know what I say, Joe? I say that they're my hands and legs, hands and feet. They're my
exactly
hands
I
and
say that
feet,
too, and we're the brain.
and we're the brain of the operation.
Sometimes I feel
Yep.
like that. Everyone
No,
has the
no,
body in
no.
my house, like, but then like I'm like plug this in. They're like what?
Yeah.
So you get frustrated with
Yeah.
your hands
You
and
know what's
feet.
really funny? Like I
But
noticed that a lot of times when our family ask us for advice or ask us how to do something, we're actually pretty good at helping them out, even though we haven't even touched the thing.
I
You know what I'm
know,
saying?
I know. Like
Like,
I know, like directions, for instance. My dad will be like, "Where are we going?" So I'm more toned into like, "Where are we going?"
yeah,
More advice like, "Oh, I remember where that is." They don't remember where they never find
yeah,
where. I'll be
yeah,
like, "The glasses are on your head."
yeah,
Not
yeah.
really, but
I noticed that we can compensate for what we lack.
exactly. It's kind of like
There's something that we have for whatever we lack. Um, you know what I mean? So it balances out, kind of.
yeah, it's kind of like the that movie Daredevil.
Mhm.
Remember, he can't see.
Yeah,
All his senses make him are super attuned.
exactly. Yep,
That's what we're like. We're missing that,
yep,
but we
yeah,
have other things like, for instance, sometimes I can hear people walking down the hall,
yeah,
and I know who's walking down the hall, whether it's my mom or my dad or my brother. Like just little things like that, and yeah, exactly. So God makes up for what we lack,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
and that's crucial and important. and it just means we are an integral part of our families. And if for some reason we weren't there, there'd be something missing. And basically, because of our situation, I don't know about you, Harold, but a lot of people have gone up to me and have told me about stuff about them, that real personal stuff they've been going through, that they would tell me. I think they felt comfortable because they're like, yeah, he probably understands because he suffered. Us having a transparent illness, not transparent, but a illness that you can see, that gives comfort to people to be like,
Yeah,
well,
it does.
if he's in that situation.
Yeah, it does. Like one of my nurses was telling me a long time ago, actually. She said to me that she was sharing her problems with me, and I was, we were having a deep conversation about stuff. I commented to her that there are some people that kind of avoid talking to me. They don't want to really talk to me because, and she said, it's probably because your situation makes you more real, and people are afraid of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can't deal with that.
They can't deal that you're comfortable despite your difficulty.
It makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah, because they're not ready to deal with that. And, we were like that at one point.
Yeah.
With people, I was afraid. I was like, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's terrible.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I was
I remember looking down on other people that were more disabled
Yeah.
than I was. And, yeah. So it applies to us, too. You know what I mean?
It really does. And it's just a reminder of that. But, this podcast has been really fun. Basically, we just wanted to tell everyone about what it's like to live with a disability. What we've done, how we want to be treated, how how we want to treat other people, and the dignity of the person is really important. And Harold and I, we hope that our perspective will help you have a better understanding of what it's like to live with a disability and how to treat people with disabilities with respect. What would you like to say before we go off the air?
Yeah, I just want to say that, I think that we want to be treated like everyone else, but at the same time, we acknowledge reality. We acknowledge that we do need help on things. I mean, we don't focus on the things we can't do. We want to focus on the things we can do. But we want to acknowledge reality, which is acknowledging both sides of that coin. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just something to keep in mind.
We're realistic. You're right. We do what we're called to do, and God's not going to ask us to do things that we can't do. He's really good about that, and we have peace in what we do. And we believe that this podcast is a way of reaching out to everyone and letting them know they're not alone. That we're all we're all suffering in some sort of way. But as I said earlier, we want to help carry other people's crosses as well. And in that way, people will help us with ours. And then the ultimate end is we want to get each and every one of us into heaven. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to start this podcast, is let people know they're not alone. But we also want to get people, we don't want to be too heavy. We want to also kind of make it funny, hopefully entertain you as well. Funny story. I was, I believe I was at Outback Steakhouse. And I believe it was some nice Asian lady came up to me and asked my dad, "Oh, my daughter has the same thing." And we're like, oh, really? And my dad's like, only boys get MD. I thought only boys got Duchenne. She's like, no. What we did was, I don't think she understood what my dad said, but she said, basically, my daughter's better now. I was like, oh, really? Maybe there's some sort of new research or something.
Yeah.
He goes, no, what we did was we wrapped her in a warm towel. Our
They
dad
wrapped her in a towel?
wrapped us in a warm towel, and we were like,
Wow.
dude, that
That's
was the
crazy.
cure for all this time?
That's crazy.
It was in the
Yeah.
bathroom, a warm towel, and no one told me about this?
Yeah, all this time,
This is...
all I needed to do was that. I used to go to daily mass, and the little old ladies would always be kissing me, and I used to wonder where are the younger ladies at. But
that's
hey,
for later mass, right?
you know, it's all good.
I know, that's hilarious, though. Yeah, you're like...
There's one time where
that be the old lady.
the kid asked me, you know, he's like, what happened? What happened? And I'm like, I didn't eat my vegetables. You know, and yeah, he didn't say anything. You know, he knew obviously that wasn't the case, but I explained. I took him aside later and I explained to him what I had and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, like Harold and I have been able over the years to develop a sense of humor about this stuff, and in a way, I don't get mad. I just laugh. I just like to tell people these stories, and they think it's hilarious. Like that guy I knew. I didn't know went up to me at some place, and he's like, "I hope you feel better." I looked at him, I'm like, "Yeah, this cold is killing me, dude." So it's kind of fun, and
yeah.
sometimes I come off as being just ridiculous, but it's my way of coping. I really think humor loosens everyone up, and that's what I think helps people when they're dealing with me. If I can joke, they're at ease. Then they're not worried about stuff that they're going to accidentally say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being spiritual helps us keep life in perspective. And we're able to joke about stuff like that. That maybe without the faith, in the context of faith, without faith, then joking around is pretty stupid. But
yeah, you know that saying by G.K. Chesterton, angels fly because they take themselves lightly. And I think, yeah, we got to take ourselves lightly. It's not, you know, life isn't supposed to be serious all the time.
No,
So,
exactly.
yeah, so I think, yeah, that's about it for today, right?
Oh, yep, that's it, Harold. Hopefully people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do when I believe in you. In this world of stress, obstacles and tests, oh, I will